Everybody needs someone or something that grounds them, maybe in the form of an inspiration or interest, someone who we look up to, or someone that has the biggest impact on our growth. We all need one in our lives. Mine is my family. My mom, my dad, and my sisters. March 2020, as we all know it, worldwide border lockdowns began due to COVID-19. I was a regular 16-year-old living in Malaysia with my family in the most comfortable life anyone could wish for. Before I continue, I am originally from the Philippines, but we moved to Malaysia a couple years ago, and now I'm here. I was enrolled in an international school, much like this one, along with my other sibling, and to which we stayed at a hostel around their school during the weekdays. It was a comfortable hostel, we had everything we needed. Days before the lockdown happened, my dad flew here to Batam for a new job offer. The plan would be we would all fly right after the school year ended. Well, but the pandemic happened. And I should also tell you that my mom flew a few days right after my dad went for us to post 1 week ocular visit to our new house here. So you could all just imagine my shock when the lockdown happened. My parents were stuck here in Batam while I was left under the care of my then 18-year-old sister in the hostel. My eldest sister was stuck in the Philippines too, while my other sister was studying at a university 6 hours drive away from where we were then. So I took comfort in the fact that it would not last long. After all, the news then said it would only be for just 15 days. 15 days became 30, and before we realized it, we were stuck in the hostel for 2 whole months. 2 months in a school-run hostel. 2 months was the longest I was away from home, much more in a foreign land. So, what kept my sanity intact? What kept me going? I grew up in a home where there was abundance of around, and my parents taught us essential life lessons. First one, positivity. I learned that from my mom. She taught me to see the good in even the worst situation. Yes, COVID happened, the lockdown happened, we were stuck, much like most of us here were at the time. But it is not the end of the world. And I chose to look at this in a positive light, how it would benefit me as a person and as an individual. I learned how to budget my money, I learned how to do the laundry properly, and I learned how to do the other household chores as well. It gave me independence, and that kept me busy. That was something I would forever be grateful for about the lockdown. The lockdown went on for another month, and so the school had to let us go. It was then that we went home to our house in Malaysia, and this time, my sister from the university went home as well. And now, there were 3 of us, in a big house, in a foreign land, for the first time in our lives without parental guidance. We were put on a pedestal where we had to navigate our ways without the guidance of our parents. We navigated how to do the essentials running a household all on our own, while trying not to set it on fire. Second most important lesson I learned was from my dad, determination. He said it's the ability to have the willpower to do things right and do things that you wanted. If you want something, go get it with the firmness of purpose. He started with the basics, determination in managing our finances, doing all the household chores, despite growing up with household helpers. When the second round of lockdown happened, we were left managing the house, from doing our finances, to groceries, to cooking, to keeping the house clean and livable as much as possible. With determination, we survived running a household all on our own. Third most important lesson I learned is resilience. I got that from my sisters. We lived alone in Malaysia for 9 whole months. And looking back, I could not help but think fondly because it has brought out the best in me, and it taught me a lot of lessons. We made sure we were productive during the 9 months lockdown. My sisters and I were learning new ways on how to cook our meals, and we started baking as well. I saw how my sisters adjusted to the situation seamlessly, stepping up to fill the role of our parents. And that made me want to be on that same level of effectiveness with how they were handling this. We also devoted our time to doing something we loved to keep us grounded, and that was reading. And I must say, for me, in terms of coping mechanism, which is very important at a time like this, reading indeed helped me a lot. It took me to places I thought I could never go, especially at a time like this, when everybody else was complaining about the lockdown. I drowned myself in the comfort of the story that I read from my favorite books. It took me to places I thought I could never go, transporting me to a different time. Books made me realize there is a better way of dealing with life's difficulties, just as much as I want for you to take something you love and let that anchor you while dealing with any adversities you are facing. Positivity, determination, and resilience. Three most important life lessons I learned from my family. Important life lessons that are the foundation in surviving the real world, in overcoming a situation where you are unexpectedly thrown in. Positivity, determination, and resilience. Three most important life lessons that you garner from allowing yourself to see the situation you are in and accepting to be taught these things. To let the people or the things that you love help you find the positivity in every downturn. The determination to push through things knowing that with the right zeal you are going to get through it. And to embrace resilience that allows you to bounce back, that helps you become a better version of yourself, a stronger version of yourself that cut through what you are going through with your positivity, your determination, and your resilience. Thank you.